Thanks for tuning in to Watch the Ordinary Filmmaker. It's Monday, October the 18th, 2021. For weeks, Sony Alpha Rumors has been teasing us about the Sony a7 IV, that it's going to be coming out this Thursday, this October the 21st at 10 a.m. Eastern Time or 3 o'clock London Time. And I've been a little unsure. I'm really hoping it's true. I've been looking forward to this, but we didn't get any official announcement or invitation by Sony. At least, that is up until now. Well, they nailed it. Take a look at this invitation by Sony. Sony says a new camera is coming. They've got the Alpha symbol up top with Alpha underneath it. And right at the bottom, October the 21st, 2021 at 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 1500 hours London time, or 2200 hours Singapore time. A new Alpha is coming. And I'm really excited by this camera. And now, a lot of you think that I'm a Sony fanboy, but no, I'm a camera fanboy. I love camera technology. I love technology in general. I love when it can improve upon our lives, improve upon our workflow. And this camera, the Sony a7 IV, based on rumors, this is looking like a groundbreaking camera. Now, the a7 III was no slouch either. The Sony a7 III was a terrific camera. It really let us know that mirrorless was here and got a lot of people to switch from Nikon and Sony when Nikon and Sony were a little slow to move to mirrorless. 7K oversampled 4K. 4K up to 60 frames per second on a new 33 megapixel sensor. Now, if these rumors are to be believed, this is powerful. This seems like it's encroaching on the Sony a7S III, which can do 4K up to 120 frames per second, but it can't do 7K oversampled 4K. Now, the Canon R5 can do 8K oversampled 4K, and the detail is, it's amazing. And it's actually more detailed than the Sony a7S III. So 7K oversampled 4K is going to give you more detail than the a7S III. And if you don't need 4K at 120 frames per second, you can get the a7S III for what's believed to be about $1,200 less. It's rumored that the Sony a7 IV is going to cost somewhere around $2,500 or less. That's pretty significant. But that's not all. This new camera is going to have a 3.69 million dot EVF. And the LCD, well, it's supposed to be a 1.44 million dot LCD, but it could also be that new 2.36 million dot. But the rumors are saying 1.44. It is going to have dual card slots. It's going to have CF Express Type A and UHS Type 2. And of course, for us video folks, it's going to have a full-size HDMI port. I mean, just from a video point of view, this camera looks to be truly remarkable. I have no doubt that it's going to have S-Log, S-Cinetone. But, as many of you have pointed out, how is Sony going to cripple this? Are they going to eat some of the a7S III's lunch or the FX3? Well, we'll know in a few days, but here's what I'm thinking. When it comes to video, yes, we're going to get 4K 30 internally, but will they leave 4K 60 externally? I'm pretty sure we're going to get 10-bit 422, but will that be an external option and 10-bit 420 internally? We're just going to have to wait and see. And if we do get that externally, then you're going to have to spend something like an extra $500 to get an external recorder like the Atomos Ninja 5, which would still price it less than the a7S III, and that's what would make these specifications truly remarkable. The Sony a7 IV producing better, more detailed video than its more expensive Sony a7S III at around $3,400. But there is a rumor too, well, it's not a rumor, some of my viewers have been telling me that based on their friends in the field that have this camera that are testing it right now that aren't talking about it, it's going to be priced around $2,800. And I hope that's not the case. This camera, the a7 III, came out at $1,999. So raising it up to $2,800 would be a huge increase, and I don't really see them doing that. If you add 2% per year and add 6% to the price, that's where we could most likely expect to see the increase in price. But what do you think? Are you more excited by the Sony a7 IV at this point? I know I am. This looks to be an incredible camera. It's got me thinking, because I've always wanted the a7S III, but it's just the price made it a little bit difficult for me to say, okay, you know, I'm going to continue the Canon line of cameras that I'm using on my set here, and then bring in the A7S3s and another 6,000 Canadian, which makes it a little bit tough. But the A7 IV, whoo, it's tempting, especially if it's closer to that $2,000 price point. And I think that $2,200, $2,300, or $2,400 is more likely, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's take a look at some of these other specifications here. What do we got that I have? Oh yes, also talking about video-wise, it's supposed to have the same design, same body as the A7S III, same thermals. So it really sounds like they're turning this into a video powerhouse. Now, I don't think that they're going to forget the still side. I really do hope that they improve upon the buffer size and the buffer speed in the A7 IV, because this is a stills hybrid camera first. So I really do hope we get some more specifications leaked. Sony Alpha Rumors, do you have anything for us on the stills side? We'd like to know a bit more about that. So we got, yes, a 33 megapixel sensor, 5.5 stops of IBIS. But what else? Yeah, I'm missing anything else. Oh, there is one more thing. When is it going to ship? It's going to ship in early December. So based on my, I was going to say article, my story I put out a few days ago, unfortunately, we're not going to have anything coming out up until December to help lift SEPA numbers. So I think as far as ship camera units this year for ILC cameras, it's going to be looking a little bit down. We're not going to have that big bump in the curve like we had in the end of 2021. And oh, one other thing too, please don't forget to subscribe and like. It really does help this channel grow. It really does. The more you engage with the channel, the more Sony's willing to share this out with other people. So like and subscribe really helps. And feel free to unlike if you don't like this video for whatever reason. Unlike or click the unlike button twice. It really does help. And also, thank you so much for supporting my channel. For those of you that are subscribers, for those of you that comment and engage, I do my best to comment as often as I can, to reply to your comments and questions. Especially today, it's really early here in the morning. It's about 6:37, and I got to get ready for work after this. It's going to be a busy day at work. And plus, later today, we also have the Apple announcement at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 3 o'clock Eastern time. And Apple's going to be releasing 2 new MacBook Pros, the MacBook 16 and the MacBook 14. But I'd be surprised if they also don't drop the refreshed 27-inch iMac. We got the 24-inch many, many months ago. And if they don't announce it here, well, that means it's going to be into next year. And that seems like a real easy product to get out the door and to fill. Yes, I get it. We do have a lot of supply chain issues, but still, I'd be surprised if we don't get that 27-inch refresh as well. But I did talk in depth about all the issues facing companies. There's so many different supply chain issues. There's resourcing, there's shipping, there's semiconductors, etc. Go ahead and watch this video. I go into detail on about 10 minutes, and trust me, you're not going to regret it. It's a really good detailed video. But I need to get ready for work. My family's going to get up shortly, and I can see the sun starting to come up. Thank you so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Stay tuned as more information comes out on the A7 IV. I'll let you know. I almost said the A7S IV. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon.